Just like learning to play a musical instrument, like the piano, it takes years of practice to be really good at it, right? And you don't start by trying to play Chopin or Beethoven either. You start with boring scales and simple pieces. Then you slowly progress to more and more complicated music. Well, exactly the same thing is true about painting, and especially painting portraits. How well you paint is directly related to how much you practice. Here's how you take a photo, like this one, and do about a 6 to 10 minute quickie sketch. Notice there are a lot of shadows and a simple background in the picture. That's important. Avoid a picture that's shot with a flash from the camera. That flattens everything out and makes it harder to find the simple shapes you need to see for this exercise. Get a small piece of old junk canvas board, maybe 6 inches by 6 inches, or a canvas pad, or anything that will accept paint. I'm using foam core here, which doesn't take paint very well, but for this exercise, I don't care. When it's done, I'll throw it away anyhow. Just like the piano scales, doing them is all that counts. The idea here is to learn to see large masses of different shapes and colors. We don't care about accurate drawing or even accurate color. What we are looking for is the difference in value or lightness and darkness of each of the shapes. I'm not even making any kind of drawing or foundation, just blobs of color. And remember, the background is also a shape, so get that laid down also. From time to time, I might cut out some tiny sections of painting where I'm just filling in large areas just to save some time on this video. But I wanted to keep most of this in real time so you can see about how long it should take. It's important that you learn to see and interpret these shapes quickly. You can see what I'm doing here is kind of painting around the shape of the head, making a shape for the background, but at the same time leaving a rough shape for the head. Now I know this is not easy to do, so if you want to sketch in some quick lines to outline the shapes first, that's okay. I've done this so many times, it's kind of easier for me to do this. After some practice, you'll be able to do it also. That's one of the reasons for doing an exercise like this. Okay, time to look for that shadow shape that covers the whole side of the face. It's a little warmer than the background, and not quite as dark. By warmer, I mean it's a little more reddish. When I say a color is cooler, that means it's a little bluish. Now I know there are all kinds of details in this dark area, but right now I'm ignoring that. Just one overall mass of color. Except you can see where I'm leaving a hole for the cheek. That's a shape that's a little lighter than the rest of the shadow area, so I can drop some paint in there later. Now a middle tone that's a little lighter and warmer between the shadow area and the lighted area. And of course, I can fill in that cheek with this middle tone. And finally, the lighted area on the left side of the face. Notice how the area where the shadow meets the light is around the middle of the face. That's about where it is on the subject, and it helps to give a three-dimensional quality to the painting. It's time to refine some of the shapes a little and throw in markers for where the smaller or detail shapes will go. Don't get too carried away with this. It's not what this exercise is all about. But it is a good idea to start looking for these reference points and training your eye to see exactly where they go. This dark area at the hairline is helpful, and I better chop off this area that I was saving for the shadow part of the hair. That left eye is somewhere around here. I'm judging that by seeing how far down it is from the hairline, how far it is from the left edge of the face, and how far up from that shoulder. Same thing for the eye in the shadows. I always try to get at least 3 reference points to judge from for better accuracy. Again, we're about done as far as massing the main shapes, but this is the fun part, and it's a good idea to do it. Can't forget that dark collar. It's also a large shape and needs to be accounted for. Notice that it's about as dark as the background for the value. I can trim up the background shape a little and throw in a quick mark for the cheek shadow. The mouth goes about here. And then I did a quick run around the face to make some minor adjustments. The chin looks pretty low, so I picked it up a bit. Then I took some more off the left side of the face to bring it more like what I saw in the photo. Same thing for the right side. This is how I work, all over the painting at the same time, making small adjustments, going back and restating the reference points as I get confidence that they're pretty close to where they should be. That nose shadow is very strong, and I wanted to make the angle a little closer to the angle in the picture. That's it. You're done. You've given your brain a good workout. And just like all those piano notes that have disappeared in space, I will throw the exercise away. It has served its purpose, and I wouldn't want anyone to see it anyway. It was for my eyes only. In the next quick sketch exercise, you might finish with something a little more presentable, so be sure to watch it.